So here we are. It's Saturday, it's June, and it's the 8th. Saturday, June 8th. So, a lot of changes since the last time. For one, we'll get over to the fireplace. They finally got that knocked off yesterday. They tore it down a bit, rebuilt it up the way it should have been. So up top here we have the gables coming in with some fascias and some siding, I guess. Not soffit, soffit goes underneath. But it is a Saturday and we have a lot of the crew working today. The brickwork is done up to the top here now. On the other points, it's done right to the roof and on the back and everything. So the one thing they did is they carved a bunch of spikes and pounded them into the ground. So then the new eucalyptus poles just sit on top and they hammer them together with 2-inch nails. It's not an illusion, it is kind of C-shaped, but they stay close to the house, so that's all right. If you're looking for safety lines, they don't have them, no, not in the truck. They don't have them in Thailand. And just about to start to rain, but it's a nice day. It's probably in the low 30s, high 20s. Just coming around the back real quick so you can see the eucalyptus jungle out back here. And I don't know if I'm going to have time to run inside and do it, but what's the problem is when they hammered all the stakes in here for it, of course that's where the septic tank is and the pipes and the plumbing and the connections to all the bug pipes. Yeah, so it's a day-by-day thing. So let's run upstairs real quick. Don't trip on anything. It's down this way, yeah. So they've got the walls built right up to the top, which is going to be ceiling height. And on the end one over here, they have it built right up to the top. So they are starting to close it in. They're working on these right now. I just noticed that they're refiltering the sand, running it through these screens and shaking it into the bucket. I don't know if they're just removing the dog poop or just getting out the finest. So today is Thursday, June 13th, and today's update, you'll see a lot of the fascias done now on the gables and around the house and everything. But the exciting news is the truck is here with our diamond tile, diamond slate, diamond is the brand name, tiles. And it looks like these might just be the flats, and I think we ordered about 4,000 pieces, 3,800 perhaps. And then there's the ones that go on the corners and the ridges and the 2-corner, 3-corner, you know, tile guys know, I don't know. Anyways, these all look flat, at least the way they're stacked, they're all flat. And so right now they're just quickly clearing the land out so that they can have a solid base to put them on. So the update right now, this is just one of 5, maybe 6 truckloads of skids that they're going to bring. They can put 4 skids on a truck, and I think there might be, like they were saying, 4 or 5 trucks. So they're going to need more room to put them here. He's going to back up a little bit. They're going to use the high hab here. I'm not sure what it's called here. A quinky wrecker? Kinky wrecker? I don't know. Anyways, they're going to unload them and set them up. But if they have 4 or 5 more trucks like this, they're going to need more room. So right now they're spreading the sand out, but they're going to need the sand. I don't know. Anyways, it's all good. If they had a clean job site, they could have loaded them all down that side or loaded them down this side, where they don't have the eucalyptus. Bringing in the ceiling tiles. I guess maybe the high ab can't lift out as far. Because of the pitch on the roof, I don't think they can actually set the tiles onto the roof, but maybe they do. We'll see. Let's watch and find out. This is take 2 now. They just turned the truck around and they're going to drive forward, I guess, this way. This is how they true up the window frame, so it's a nice sharp edge. Perfect, perfect. Movie star. So he's just slid the board to the top, holding it with one hand, and now fine-tuning some more cement in there. Now curving it away and removing it. It's actually a piece of aluminum, it's not just a piece of wood. Gives it a quick wash, gets it ready for the outside cup. Here's just a look at the eucalyptus jungle out the back of the house. This is what they've been building and working on to do the fascias. So this up here is, you could almost say 3 stories high, because it's a 2-floor house, but they're very vaulted ceilings, and then the peaked roof and everything. So yeah, they don't use lashings anymore. Got a couple of guys out there. They're doing the fascias right now, as I might have just mentioned. This will be one of the upstairs windows that I'm in right now. Coming back in, this is going to be that long room. A couple of gables here and here with the windows. I'm assuming the roof is going to be right at this level here, right across the flat spots. These 3 here are going to be opening windows on the top. I mentioned that, solid on the bottom. So you get the breeze coming through here, straight across and out there, or vice versa. And these windows at the front can open. So hear me through on this. They use the actual long-term door frames when they make the frames for the doors, say for the 2-bedroom doors. Okay, and then they put these structure bars on just to keep everything square so the door will fit. Okay, now they're not going to use the door, but they do put plywood or wood across the bottom at nighttime to keep the dogs out because they like to keep their stuff inside both the bedrooms. Fine. But you see, like, there's like a zillion nail holes in it because this was like their drying rack sometimes. And so you're like, okay, well that's okay because they're probably going to put a fascia trim on it. I don't know what it's called right now. But anyways, the trim, final. But then you're like, well, what about this nail here? That's kind of weird because I'm thinking the hinges are going to be on this side. So this, you know, those hammered in nails, not a big deal because of the trim. I mean, because the hinges say are on this side. Although they're not here. The hinges are going to be recessed on this one here because the door opens inward. But yeah, so those are going to be noticeable. And these are all noticeable. And this is going to be noticeable. I don't get why they put... This is like that really hard wood. But why they're pounding nails into it. So I guess they just go back and putty them all. There's Grandma over there working hard, mixing up more mud, cement, barefoot. That's her shoe of choice. Months ago when we started, she was using her flip-flops to sweep because she liked it clean. But then she wore her flip-flops down and yeah, she likes barefoot. So a quick look out here from the master bedroom window. They're still delivering the ceiling tiles. But what I wanted to point out is these posts now. So these were originally the structure posts, which were much smaller, and they've encased them now in the red brick, which is non-structural, obviously, because this is the way they are. But anyways, so that just gives it the big post look on it, and they've gone a little bit bigger on the bases. So eventually they will stay square, but they're going to be, I wouldn't call it colonial. Maybe I would. I don't know. Whatever the style of this house is. They do get beefed up a bit, but they do stay square. So I don't know if we're going to go... Sometimes I've seen pictures that have like the dry stack on them, which is sort of the newer thing, newer maybe in the last 5 years or so. But so you don't see much mortar, and they're all... I'm not sure what Jen has in mind. But whatever the architect put on the picture, that's probably what we're going to go with. I mentioned before the breeze coming through here. It's really nice. And no sun on this side of the house, so sleeping in is going to be great. With the setting sun, it might be difficult to get to sleep, but we'll see. We got the AC and we'll have the blinds up here. So, another palette of roof tiles. See, you can tell these guys are professional because they wear runners. They're way above the flip-flop barefoot thing. So this is the first load of roof tiles. 4 skids, about 5 feet high. This is the lighter gray that we've gone with. It's gonna really keep the heat out, reflect it better. Very modern looking, opposed to like the red terracotta. That reminds me of where I lived in Vancouver, Burnaby, in the 80s, when the Spanish-style homes were the big rage. And so what we're going to end up with is a flat roof, like our neighbor here. And probably a very similar light gray. Well, hello there. Today is Thursday, June 16th, end of day. And we've just had the delivery of all of the ceiling tiles. So in one of the previous videos I mentioned just under 4,000 of the flats, and then there's the curves, and it came with 6 trucks, 4 skids per truck, so 24 skids. And so there's already a bunch of empty pallets there. I came by before and I saw them hand carrying the tiles upstairs, and they're carrying 2 at a time. And I'm like, wow, that's going to be a lot of trips, my goodness. I know at home they would have brought the high ab out inside, either set it right on the roof, or they'd have one of those sort of conveyor belt ladders that they can run them up. Not the whole pallet, but 10 at a time, and then the guys on the roof will be building stacks. But not here, they just carry them by hand. So they had to modify the sand piles today because the trucks came in and they were getting stuck, fighting for it, but they got them out, the water's turned off, yes, that's good. So let's go around this side first. See up top, all the fascias are in on the uppers. Feels like another storm is coming. We'll probably get a little thunder and lightning tonight. The chimney I mentioned before, I don't know if I used that footage though, but it has been modified. They've cut off here and like busted it down and redone it here. So what I can tell you from real is this is a pretty good starting point. It should go to about here. The flat should be here, about halfway in the window, and whatever. So the winds are coming. Nice, feels really good actually. So they're just gonna finish off the chimney at the top once they figure out the roofing tile situation. They get those on first because the chimney's cosmetic. And at the back here I've shown, this is just the eucalyptus jungle and the overhangs and things like that. So it's one of the soy dogs. Another one here, a couple more under the truck. Let's go have a look up front. So how the weather has changed. Just in a few minutes, this dark, ominous cloud is rolling in on me. But here's a bunch of the ceiling tiles. We've gone with the light gray. Here's some of the corners, etc., etc. Supposed to all be here. The guy in charge of today's project, Pinun, was keeping track of any broken ones. He said he was gonna do that. Everything is here. Looks all good. I'm just trying to find a way in. So what I'm gonna do is turn the camera off. I'm gonna sneak in through here. And this is kind of scary where some of these bricks, I don't know if you can see it, they're so thin because they've been, I don't know what they're doing. There's no reason for that. No jackhammering or nothing. They're just using bits and pieces now, I guess. Anyways, just shake my head. Having dinner in here and a piece of the wall falls out. That's expected. Let's take a run upstairs. So from the upper deck, what do we see? Oh, here, the roofing tiles. Coming up nice. They do have a broom. Well, it's good to see them cleaning up. Of course, they're probably just throwing this off the wall here, which then crashes into the septic tank. And it's worse if they do it at the back because they've already been doing that. But anyway, so these are the tiles. Like a tongue and groove on the side. 2 spots for the nail. Or the clip. Sorry, I shouldn't say nail. For the fastening device. Let's have a look out here. Yeah, that's where they're dumping stuff. So this is the big thing here, getting these tiles up. And like I say, there's a lot. And now they can just pass them up to the guys here. And well, I guess you start at the bottom though, don't you? Because you have to work your way up. So I guess they're skinny enough they can just slip through here. Because they've got these bars welded on so they can climb up like ladders. Oh, street lights are on, so it's getting dark, and it's getting dark because the storms are moving in. So for today, gonna cut that off right here. And the next look might be well, they have to put that ridge beam in on the outside, and that's what the cap thing goes on. And then I think on top of the ridge beam there's also like a rubber skin which goes the length. There's quite a few of those. It's starting to rain. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye. My vlog will feature travel and adventure tours. Come along for the ride. What's stopping you? Come on, let's do this. Hey YouTube, it's Polar Attack. My vlog will feature travel and adventure tours. Come along for the ride. What's stopping you? Come on, let's do this.